Yasas, Yasu Greek girl. Γεια σας φίλες και φίλοι μου, kalimera or kalispera, depending on where you are. Let's wait a couple of more minutes for maybe a few more people to come. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me? Okay, we can start. First of all, I would like to welcome you to my first live session. I'm super excited to be here, but I'm also a little bit nervous because this is my first time. I hope it all goes well. And I would also like to thank you all for coming. And it's so exciting to be able to chat with you live and to have this more personal interaction with you. Okay, let's see who is here. If you want, write your name and the country you are watching from. And I will go first. I will introduce myself. My name is Stalo. I am Greek and I live in the United States, in Ohio. Now it's your turn. Does anybody want to say? Let's see. Okay, Greek girl. She's in the USA. Hi, Greek girl. Anton, Yasa Stalo. Hi, Anton. Good to see you. Mike from Ohio. Hi, Mike. Hi, Gio. Thank you. And Christina. Hi, Christina. Okay, I think we can continue, and as people come, we can ask for their names. Okay, so in today's live session, I would like to start with questions that you may have on the Greek language. And then we can play a couple of games in Greek. I even have a couple of Greek jokes for you. Or you may even have some of your own to share with us. So let's start with questions. Do you have any questions on the Greek language? Maybe something in Greek grammar that you would want me to go over? Okay, I think I see some more people. Gina, greetings with love, Madam Stalo. Hi, Gina. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Okay, does anyone have any questions on the Greek language? Okay, Anton is in Austria. I didn't know that, Anton. That's great, great. Christina has this question. The months oftentimes are confusing to say depending on the sentence structure. Can you explain how to say Mai versus Maiu for May? Okay. Really, if you say, let's say the 10th of May 10th, you can say 10 του to my, 10 to my, or 10 Maiu. So really, the word my is more casual. It's δημοτική, while Maiu is the more formal form of the month. Now, if you want to use my, we usually use the article, 10 to my. But if you use Maiu, you will say 10 Maiu, not 10 to Maiu. Is that a little clearer? Okay. Hi, Trella Skills. Hi, good to see you. It's Lily. Hi, Lily. Hi. And Anthony is asking another question. Αν λέω να είσαι καλά στα ελληνικά. Are you asking how to say να είσαι καλά στα ελληνικά, Anton? Okay, the answer is be well. Be well. So, να είσαι καλά. I'm sorry, I don't really understand the question. If you can ask again, Anton. Okay, Christina, thank you. And Gio, I see Mike join, says Gio. Yes. Hi, Mike. And Greek girl is asking another question. Can you explain when to say lipame or signomi if you want to say sorry about that? Okay, lipame, it's like you apologize. If you have done something wrong and you will say lipame, or when you are sorry, but it's kind of an apology. But if you say signomi, actually, signomi is also like an apology if you want to go through, or if you said something that hurt the other person, you would say signomi για αυτό που είπα. And lipame also sometimes is something that is not your fault, but you kind of sympathize with the other person. Lipame που έτυχε αυτό το κακό σε σένα. That's something, that this bad thing happened to you. So it's not really always an apology. Is that kind of clear? Okay. Gio is asking, how about if someone dies? Yeah, definitely. If someone dies, you will not say signomi because it's not your fault. You would say lipame because you sympathize, you are sorry, but it's not your fault. It's like you sympathize with the other person. Anton is asking, ευχαριστώ, να είσαι καλά. Το ίδιο? Yeah, actually, no, να είσαι καλά actually is the answer to ευχαριστώ. When someone says ευχαριστώ, you may answer παρακαλώ, or you can say να είσαι καλά. I always say παρακαλώ or και εγώ ευχαριστώ. I don't usually use να είσαι καλά, but it's pretty common. People use it. Okay, Gio is asking, can you write it? I guess you mean λυπάμαι. Okay, so λυπάμαι means I'm sorry, and συγγνώμη Signomi means I'm sorry, but usually when you have done something wrong. Now, notice here we have two gamma, but it's pronounced as one gamma, signomi. Okay, let me see. Gio is asking, I meant what you said to Anton just now. Να είσαι καλά, το ίδιο. Okay, now, all right, let me do that. So when someone says ευχαριστώ, when someone says ευχαριστώ, thank you, you can answer in different ways. One way is to say παρακαλώ, which means you are welcome. Another way is to say να είσαι καλά, or να σε καλά. So sometimes because we have alpha and epsilon iota, sometimes this epsilon iota can go away and we put a little apostrophe there. So we have nase, which is a contraction of naise, nase καλά. Or you can say και εγώ ευχαριστώ. Και εγώ ευχαριστώ. And of course, there are other ways too, like ευχαρίστησή, it's my pleasure. And there are many ways to say you are welcome. But does that answer your question? Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's see. Did I miss any questions? Okay, you're welcome, Greek girl. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, I will go over a question that one of your fellow students of Greek asked me some time ago. He submitted his question ahead of time, and I have it right here. He's asking me, his name is Rick. Hi, Rick. I don't know if you're here. Anyway, Rick is asking me to clarify the difference between D and Pios or Pio. So let me write these things down. Okay, so he's wondering about the difference between D and Pios. Well, if we want to use also the feminine, Pia and Pio. So D is very simple. D means what? So D means what? Now, Pios, Pia, Pio mean who or which. And let's look at some examples to see the difference. Well, let's see a couple of examples with D, even though it's really easy, it's very simple. D, θέλεις. Τι θέλεις? What do you want? θέλεις? Or you can ask, τι είναι αυτό? What is this? Τι είναι αυτό? Okay, ποιος, ποια, ποιο are a little bit more complicated because sometimes they mean who and sometimes which. So, ποιος, ποιος είσαι? Who are you? Who are you? Or you can have the feminine. Ποια είναι αυτή η κυρία? Ποια είναι αυτή η κυρία? Who is this lady? Who is this lady? And let's have one with the neuter. Ποιο είναι αυτό το παιδάκι? Το παιδάκι is neuter, so that's why we're using ποιο, the neuter form. Ποιο είναι αυτό το παιδάκι? Who is this little child? Sorry. Let me see what happened here. I'm sorry, I think I lost you. Okay, sorry for that. Sorry about that. Okay, now, so in all these cases, ποιος, ποια, ποιο mean who. Now, let's see a couple of examples where ποιος, ποια, ποιο mean which. Ποιος είναι ο αδερφός σου? I hope you can read my handwriting. Okay, ποιος είναι ο αδελφός σου? Which one? Of course, it can be who is your brother, but depending on the context, let's say you see two people and you can ask which one is your brother. So here it can also mean who is your brother or which one, especially if you have to pick between two people. Ποιος είναι ο αδελφός σου? Or it can be ποιο βιβλίο θέλεις? Ποιο βιβλίο θέλεις? Which book do you want? I have 2 books or 5 books, and I'm asking you, which book do you want? Ποιο βιβλίο θέλεις? Of all these books, ποιο βιβλίο θέλεις? Which one do you want? Now, sometimes ποιο and this is a little bit tricky, but not very tricky. Sometimes pios or pio, actually, pio can mean what? Let's see an example. Ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα? Ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα? What is the problem? What's the problem? So here, ποιο is more like τι. What's the problem? But the good thing is that you can use τι instead of ποιο and still be absolutely correct. Τι είναι το πρόβλημα? It's exactly the same thing as ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα? What's the problem? Another example. Let's see. Another example would be ποιο είναι το αντίθετο του καλός? Ποιο είναι το αντίθετο του καλός? What's the opposite of καλός? And as before, you can still say τι είναι το αντίθετο του καλός. You don't have to use ποιο. You can use τι. And it's exactly the same meaning and it's equally correct. Let me see, I see some questions here. Okay, Christina said, is there a general rule to help remember which nouns are masculine versus feminine versus neuter? Okay, that's a complicated question. There isn't really a rule. The only rule is when it has to do with the natural gender. So, woman, γυναίκα, is always feminine. Andras, which means man, is always masculine. But everything else, when the noun is an inanimate object, it's completely random. Like η καρέκλα, the chair, is feminine. And ο τοίχος, the wall, is masculine. Το γραφείο, the office or the desk, is neuter. There is no logic. It's just completely random. Does that answer your question? Only when it has to do with people, because it's the grammatical gender follows the natural gender of the person. Okay, let's see. Adam. Hi, Adam. How do I know whether to use θα or να when speaking about the future? Okay, let's see. Θα is the usual way to form the future. So when you say, give you an example. Αύριο θα πάω ψώνια. Αύριο θα πάω ψώνια. Tomorrow I will go shopping. So θα πάω is the future tense and it's formed by adding θα in front of the subjunctive. We haven't talked at all about subjunctive yet, but this is what it is. Πάω is the subjunctive. So θα πάω is the future. Now, να Na, it's a more informal way to form a future, and it's not always just, you cannot say avreo na πάω ψώνια. That doesn't make sense. So if you say avreo na πάω ψώνια, this doesn't make sense. You cannot say that for future. What you can say though, Adam, is avreo θέλω να πάω ψώνια. So if you have another verb, θέλω, tomorrow I want to go shopping. So this means to go. Αύριο θέλω να πάω ψώνια. You are not going to say αύριο θέλω θα πάω ψώνια. That doesn't make sense. Is this a little clearer? Basically, the answer is that for the future we use θα. Na is a little different structure, and it doesn't always indicate the future. It's usually a dependent clause on a main verb, like θέλω. Θέλω, I want. What do I want? To go. Να πάω. Okay, let's see. Anton, μια ερώτηση σε όλους. Πού κάνετε διακοπές φέτος? Εγώ και η γυναίκα μου θα πάμε φέτος για 2 εβδομάδες στην Νάξο, στην Ελλάδα, ένα πολύ ωραίο νησί. Wow, that's wonderful, Anton. I have always wanted to go to Naxos. I have never been there, but I heard that it's a beautiful place. So, Anton, I guess I can translate that because I don't know if everybody understands the question in Greek. Not the question, but what Anton is saying in Greek. Anton says, a question to all of you. Where are you going to go on vacation this year? My wife and I, we are going to Naxos in Greece for 2 weeks. It's a very beautiful island. Yeah, that's what I heard. It's really beautiful. Christina, Anton, that sounds wonderful. My husband and I are going to Cyprus this summer. Yeah, Cyprus is beautiful too. That's where I'm going to actually with my husband. Okay, Adam, yes, that helps a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Adam, for the question. And George, which is a must-visit beach in Cyprus? Okay. Cyprus is full of beautiful beaches, George. Let me see. The must-visit beach, I would say, is Protaras. Protaras is just gorgeous. The beaches are beautiful, very clear water. The sand is beautiful. It's just absolutely amazing, very beautiful. Also, another nice beach is Agia Napa. Agia Napa. Nice beaches are also in Larnaca, Paphos, Lemessos, but these are especially beautiful and very nice warm water. Okay, Greek girl. Have fun, Anton. We are going to Florida. Yeah, that's great, Greek girl. George, what food is a must try in Cyprus? All right. Well, I'm a little partial here because I love souvlakia, George. So I would say souvlakia, but also another food that many people like is kleftiko. Kleftiko. And of course, what I said earlier, souvlakia. Souvlakia. What else? I mean, Cyprus has all the good Greek dishes and all the known Greek dishes like moussaka, pasticcio, and lamb chops, and octopus, grilled octopus, anything you like. But I love, of course, souvlaki. Okay, let's see. I don't think I missed any questions. I don't see anything else. Yeah, thank you, George. Thank you. Do you have any other specific question? Or let me see, Christina, is there a Greek show, podcast, or artist you'd recommend that may be good for someone trying to learn Greek through listening, immersing themselves? Okay, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with any Greek podcasts or shows for someone to use for listening. Sorry, Christina. Anything else you want to ask, or I can continue with something else related to the question that Rick wanted me to clarify earlier, the Pios and the T, Pio and T. Okay, Christina, is there a trick to help with spelling? Some rules of thumb you can share. Okay, spelling is always the difficult part, even for Greeks whose Greek is their native language. Many people have trouble with spelling. There are some basic rules about some things, but not everything is in rules. So I'm going to give you just a few, just to get an idea. Okay, all the verbs that end in O are spelled with omega at the end. So, παίζω, I play, omega. Never omicron, omega. Τρέχω, omega, I run. Τρώγω or τρώω, omega. So if a verb ends in O, it's always omega, always. Okay, so that's a very basic rule, spelling rule. Another basic rule is that if a verb ends in ome, it's always omicron alpha iota. So έρχομαι, means I come. Έρχομαι, omicron and alpha iota. Never epsilon for the first person, I come. What other word? Χρειάζομαι. I need. Again, omicron and alpha iota. Now, in both cases, in the first person plural, it's always epsilon. So, παίζουμε, we play in the plural, epsilon. And here, ερχόμαστε, we come, plural, epsilon. In the singular, it's alpha iota. In the plural, is epsilon. The same here. We have omega. In the plural, we have epsilon. Let me see what other, okay, another rule is that if a neuter noun ends in E, it's always iota. So, to spiti, iota. It's neuter and it ends in E. To gataki. The kitty. To gataki. Iota. Not eta, not epsilon iota, not epsilon, but iota, always. Of course, if it ends in O, it's always omicron. To αυγό. Omicron, not omega, omicron. Το γραφείο. Omicron. Okay, there are so many rules. I mean, I will have to maybe compile a list of all the rules, or the main rules at least, and maybe make a little video on that. So that's a great question, Christina. So it always ends in O for a noun and always omega for a verb. Yeah, pretty much. If it's a verb and it ends in O, it's omega. And if it's a noun, it's omicron. That's correct, yes. Any other questions? Thank you, Christina. Okay, I don't know if you are up for some more Greek grammar, or do you want to play a little bit? What do you think? Okay, let's see. Christina says, what's been an aspect of creating your channel that you've enjoyed? Okay, wow. Well, I don't know. I just love teaching, and I love teaching Greek. So just creating the channel and knowing that I help maybe teach a little bit of Greek to people who are interested in learning the language, it really gives me a great satisfaction. And I love recording it and editing and doing the research to make sure I have everything in a clear. I put everything down in a clear way so that people can understand, because sometimes it's easy to forget that it's my native language, but for the other person, it's just another foreign language. And Greek is not really a very easy language. The grammar is pretty complicated, I would say. Okay, George is asking, how about the jokes? Yeah, we can tell a couple of jokes. And also Gina is saying, how do I say be careful in driving? Okay, let's see. Be careful in driving. We would say, well, when someone is driving and you are sitting in the car, Gina, you can just say, πρόσεχε. You can say, πρόσεχε, πρόσεχε. It means watch out, be careful. Of course, this can be used in any occasion, not just driving. If you want to say specifically to the driver, be careful, let me see, be careful with the way you drive, I guess you could say, πρόσεχε. That's it. Πρόσεχε πως οδηγάς or οδηγείς. Be careful how you drive. Be careful how you drive. Πρόσεχε πώς οδηγείς. Does that answer your question, Gina? Okay, let's see. Christina is asking, is there an expression that loosely translates to I can take it or leave it? Or I don't mind either way. Okay, let me think. Let me see if there is something like that in Greek. I'm trying to think if there is something. There may be something. You're welcome, Gina. Thank you. My pleasure. Anton is saying, just a minute, τέλεια όπως πάντα, καλό Σαββατοκυριακό σε εσάς και σε όλους και καλό μήνα. Anton is saying, perfect as always. Have a good weekend to you and to all of you, and have a good month. Thank you, Anton. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to answer Christina's question about I can take it or leave it, or I don't mind either way. I guess we could say I don't mind either way. Could be, I guess, then me ενδιαφέρει. I don't mind, I don't care, or το ίδιο μου κάνει. Το ίδιο μου κάνει. I guess this is a more polite way. Το ίδιο μου κάνει means it's the same to me. It's the same to me. It doesn't matter. Instead of saying δεν με ενδιαφέρει, which can be taken a little bit rude, I don't know. But το ίδιο μου κάνει, it's more polite. It's the same to me. Let me see if I'm trying to think if there is another way to say one way or another. Okay, Christina says, can δεν με ενδιαφέρει also mean it doesn't interest me? Yes, definitely. Δεν με ενδιαφέρει also means it doesn't interest me. I'm not interested. Δεν με ενδιαφέρει αυτό το θέμα. I'm not interested in this topic, in this subject. Δεν με ενδιαφέρει. Or I don't care. Δεν με ενδιαφέρει αυτό το έργο. I don't care about this movie. Doesn't interest me. Okay, I guess I can take it or leave it. I don't know. I mean, that's all I can think of. There may be some other expression that escapes me right now, but if I remember it, I'll get back to you. Thank you, Christina. Thank you. Okay, shall we get to the jokes? And if you still have questions, we can still come back and answer some more questions. Okay, I have a joke for you guys. It's kind of a puzzle joke. So let's see, I will write it down, read it, and then maybe you can figure it out. Γιατί είναι λυπημένο το βιβλίο των μαθηματικών γιατί είναι λυπημένο το βιβλίο των μαθηματικών. Why is the book of mathematics sad? Why do you think? Does anyone have any ideas? Why the book of mathematics is sad? Okay, here is the answer. Διότι έχει πολλά προβλήματα. Because it has a lot of problems. Do you like it? I like it. I think it's funny. Okay. Let's get to the other one that I have here. Thank you, Greek girl. Thank you. Okay, the other one I have is this. Now, this one will lose a little bit in translation, but I will say it anyway, and maybe I can explain the little difference in Greek. So, the joke or the puzzle joke is the following. Πώς λέγεται ο Καρχαρίας του γλυκού νερού. Πώς λέγεται ο Καρχαρίας του γλυκού νερού? What is called or what is a fresh water shark called? What is a fresh water shark called? Now, in Greek, fresh water, the term fresh water is γλυκό νερό. So this means it's the equivalent of fresh water. So γλυκό νερό means sweet water. So πώς λέγεται ο Καρχαρίας του γλυκού νερού? What do you call the shark or the sweet water? Meaning the fresh water, but in order to be able to understand the joke, we have to say του γλυκού νερού is sweet water. Any ideas, anyone? Thank you, George. Good one. Thanks. Okay, give up. I will tell you. Zacharias. Zachary means sugar. And Karcharias is the shark. So you combine the two, Zachary and Karcharias, and you get Zacharias. Thank you, Christina and George. I guess they liked it. Thank you. I don't have any more jokes. If you have any you want to share with us, please go ahead. Otherwise, we can play a couple of Greek games if you want. Any more jokes, or shall we play the games? I guess we can play the games. Okay. Now. Okay, great. Let's play. Okay, now, are you up for Hangman? Have you ever played Hangman in Greek? Okay, in Greek, Hangman, let me erase the board here. Okay, Hangman in Greek is kremala. Kremala, when you hang someone. So, kremala, and we have this, the gallows here, and this is where the person will go. Okay, so I will go first, and whoever gets it right first can give me the next word. Okay, let's start with okay, we have this word has 6 letters, and you want to someone can give me a letter, can call out a letter and see if we can get it. Anyone? Just a letter in Greek. Alpha. Okay, alpha. And let me see. Yeah, there is an alpha. An alpha here. Okay. So good job, guys. George and Christina. You got alpha. Another one. George says epsilon and Christina says ni. Okay, epsilon. There is one. There is no ni. These are the letters that are not in the word. Okay, I have to make the head. So no ni, but there is an epsilon. Any other letters, anyone? Anton, I just saw your comment. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you. Okay, Christina says ro. There is one. Good job. Ro. Greek girl says psi. No psi. So let me make the hair. It looks like my hair. Okay, what else? Adam says Omicron. Anytime you can guess it, just guess it. Just say the word, just write it down. George says Vita. Geo, you guessed it. Yeah. Okay, Vita is not, but Geo, Scan, guessed it. Teatro. Good job. Yeah, great. Teatro, theater. Okay, George, Geo, Scan, do you want to go next? Do you want to give us the next word? And we can all guess it. We can all try to guess it. Gina, yeah. Well, Ita, there is no Ita. And okay, we solved this. We have to wait for the next one now. And geoscan. Okay, let's see. Christina, he can give us the next word because then we know what it is. Can he let you know privately? I don't know, Christina. I don't know really. It's my first time here and I don't know how to do this. So I was thinking maybe what I was thinking is he can give us, Geoscan can start giving us I guess we can start saying letters and he can say whether there is one or not. How about that? Can we do that? And then if someone guesses it right, he will tell us. We can start with how many letters we have, Geo, scan. Or if you don't want to do it, that's fine. Someone else can do it, or I can do another word. Okay, let me do another one. And then if Gio would like to do another one after me, that's fine. That's great. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, sorry. Okay, this one has 2, 4, 6, 8 letters. Okay, does anyone want to start? What letters do you think are there? George says alpha. Okay. There is an alpha. Good job. What else? Christina says kappa and Anton says epsilon. Okay, so kappa, there's no kappa, then there is no epsilon. So we do the head and the hair. Okay, George says iota, Adam says sigma, and Christina taf. So iota, sigma, taf, no iota, no sigma, and taf, there is a taf. Okay, good job, Christina. Any ideas? Any guesses, or is too soon? Adam says Omicron. Okay. There is an Omicron. Good job, Adam. George says Eta. Okay. There is an Eta. Good job, George. Adam says Rho. No Rho. So we have the neck. And Adam says, wait, Christina says Phi, and Adam says P. So Phi, no Phi. And what's the other one? B. Yeah, there is a B. Okay. You're doing great. I think someone will guess it pretty soon. Any other letters? Adam says Vita. No Vita. Guess I can do a little hand. Okay. Christina says, see, Epsilon. Okay. No Epsilon. No Epsilon. And George says Delta. Yeah. Great job, George. C and San says Omega. Hi, C and San. Good to see you. Omega, no omega. So let's do one leg. Let's see. George says Omicron. Well, we already have Omicron. George says lambda. Okay. Very good. There's just one letter missing. Let's see who will guess it. Well, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Yeah, there is an Omicron. You're right. When I put this Omicron down, I should have put this one. Sorry, guys. Podilato. Yeah, my fault. So, yeah, I guess I would say that George got it because he said Omicron, even though we had another one. I should have put this one too. I'm sorry. Okay, George, if you want, it's your turn. Do you want to give us another word? But podilato, by the way, means bicycle. Okay, Leo. Omicron. Yeah, you're right, Leo. Yes, that's my fault. I should have said Omicron when I did this one. I'm sorry. Okay, next word. Do you want another word? Or do you want to play the other game I have prepared? I have one more game. Okay. So George says 6 letters. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's start calling out letters. Let's see. Christina says alpha. Well, I don't know if there is an alpha. That's the thing. Now, George has to tell us. Is there an alpha, George? Anton says epsilon. So we have alpha and epsilon. Let's see. I'm waiting for George to let us know because I don't know this word. I don't know the word. He has to tell us. George, do you want to still give us the word or shall we play another game? What do you want? There is an alpha. Okay, there is an alpha. And where is it? Where is the alpha? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where? Fourth and sixth position. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alpha and alpha. Good. There is no epsilon, I take it. And Gina says Z. Is there an epsilon? No epsilon. Okay. So we have a head. Is there a Z? Is a zeta? No epsilon. Is there a zeta? Kappa? No kappa. Okay. No kappa. How about zeta? No zeta. Okay. No zeta. And Gina says M. There is an M. Where is the M? George, where is the M? M in the third position. So there is an M here. Okay. I don't know what it is yet. Christina says lambda and Gina says ni. So lambda and ni. Is there a lambda or a ni, George? George, no lambda. Okay. Okay. No lambda. How about a ni? Is there a ni? No ni. No ni. So like that. Christina says sigma. No, sigma. That's a hard one. Sigma, no sigma. What can it be? Christina says Omicron. Is there an Omicron? Second position, Omicron. Omicron, okay. Okay. I still have no idea what it is. How about Delta? Christina says Delta. Is there a Delta? Dolmada. Dolmada. Yeah, I guess no. There is no Delta. Okay, so let's do one leg. Okay, okay, Christina. Okay, what else? Tomata, Christina said. Is that correct? Yeah, good job. Tomata. All right. Now, tomata, I have to say something about the word tomata. Tomata, okay, means tomato. Usually it's spelled with ni, like domata. Domata. So the correct spelling would be with nitaf, domata. But sometimes when we talk, we say tomata. So it's still correct, tomata. Great job, guys. That's great. Yeah, and Leo got it too, tomata. Excellent. Okay, how about maybe we can play the other game, another game I prepared here. I will give you a group of letters in Greek, and your goal is to find as many Greek words as you can by rearranging the letters. Would you like that? Okay, let's try. Let's try. Okay, let's see. The letters are alpha, epsilon, epsilon, mi, pi, sigma. Alpha, epsilon, epsilon, mi, pi, sigma. Okay. Now, so I guess you understand the game, right? Try to make as many Greek words as you can by using these letters in any order you want, and not all of them, of course, together. They can be 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters, any words you can make. Okay, who can give me the first word? Anyone? Can make simple words with that, little 2-letter words even. Any ideas, anyone? Alpha, epsilon, epsilon, mi, pi, sigma. I'm waiting for the first word. Christina, does every word have to use every letter? No, absolutely not. Just it can be 2 letters only, or 3 or 4, as many as you can find. Or can we just use a couple of the letters? That's correct, Christina. Yeah, you can use 2 or 3 or more letters in the word. Okay, so we have George said ma. That's correct. And Christina says mesa. That's correct. So ma, let me just say the translation every time, just so that you can be learning something also. Ma means but. Mesa means in or inside. Okay, what else? Paz, very good. Pame. Cristina says Pame and Leo says Paz. Okay, Pame, very good. Pame means we go or let's go. And Paz means you go, singular. You go, singular. Okay, very good. What else? You're doing great. So you have 2, 4, 5 words so far. I found 13, so you can still find some more. Me, very good. Yes. Me means with. Christina says, Leo says me, right? Christina says pez, right? Pez means say or tell. It's a command. Say. It's a command. It's when you give an order. Say, tell me, pesmo. Okay, and Leo said me. Okay, Christina and Leo said se. Very good. Se. It's a preposition and it means to. To. Excellent. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are at least six more. Leo says más. Very good. Now, más means it can be a possessive pronoun like más, topodilato más, our bicycle, or it can also be más ipe, he told us. So it's like an indirect object. So más means our or to us. Anton said mes. Very good. Mes. Mes. It's the same as mesa. I mean, sometimes you don't need to use the apostrophe, but mes really means in or inside. Sometimes you use mes, especially if there is something else following. Mes, do, whatever. So instead of saying mesa, sto, mes, sto. Actually, it should be a sigma there too. Okay, very good. Leo says sas. Very good. Sas means your. Topodilato sas, your bicycle. Or he told us. Mas ipe. Sas, sorry. Sas ipe. He told you. Sas ipe. To you. Very good. Christina says pe. Are you talking about pez, Christina? Pe? Well, pe is not really, it's, okay, we can accept it because it's in the dialect. We say that in Cyprus. Yeah, I don't know if I would count that as a separate word. Yeah, okay. It's like mes and mesa. It's the same word, but we can count it as a separate word. And the same, this one, pe is the same as pes. And this is kind of a dialect, means say. It's the same as that. Say or tell. And pemu instead of pesmu. It's the same. Okay, Leo says us. Very good, yes. Us means let's. Aspame, let's go. Asfigume, let's leave. Us. Very good. Anything else? I have a few more. Let's see if you can get them. Well, I had missed, what did I miss? I remember I missed something, I guess mess. Okay, let's see. Any other ideas? Yeah, a más, very good. Yeah, a más, very good. A más is the same as más. It's a little longer form of más, a más. A más. A más is kind of actually, it's a little more emphatic than más. If you want to emphasize that he told you, but a más to us, he told us something else. A más. Okay, that's good. And then Christina says, hace. Yeah, that's very good. Hace. Hace means let or leave. It's a command. Haceme. Leave me. Let me be. Hace. George, ba. Yeah, very good. Actually, I didn't get this. Very good. Ba. That's an kind of an exclamatory word. Ba. Very good, George. I didn't, that was not one of the words that I got. Okay, what else? I know there's a couple of more that I got. Well, I got 3 more, actually. Let's see if you can get them. George, okay, ba, hace, and más, we got those. What else? If you give up, I can give you the ones, the 3 that I got and that are not here. But I can wait a little longer. Anyone? No? Ba, okay, we got ba. Okay, well, I will give you 3 more that I got. Let's see if you know them. I'm sure you know them. I mean, let's see. Okay. One is, let me delete this, erase this. Okay, one is pésame. That's a P. Pésame. And here we use all 6 letters. Pésame. It means we fell. We fell. Pésame. Okay. Another one is pese. Pese, which is a command and it means fall. So you can say to someone, pezzecato, fall down, pezzecato. Okay, and the other one I found was ame. Ame. Ame is just, it's like an answer to, it means something like yes. Feliz café, do you want coffee? Ame? Yeah, yes, yeah. It's kind of a casual slang way of saying yes. Ame. Okay, I give up. Okay, good. So that's all we found. Those are the words we had. If you're up for some more grammar, I can talk a little bit about other very useful interrogative words in Greek. Since we talked about pios and D and Pio, I thought we could continue a little and learn some more interrogative words, which are so useful in the day-to-day conversations. How about that? Okay. If I don't see any objections there, I will continue. Okay, now let's see. A very useful word is pu. Pu means where. Now be careful, pu takes an accent, even though it's one syllable, and normally it wouldn't take an accent. It does take an answer because it's an interrogative word, and we want to distinguish it from pu without an accent, which is a relative pronoun, meaning who is the person who is sitting there, that who, the relative pronoun. Now, this one takes an accent, pu, and it means where. For example, pu είσαι, where are you? Okay, πού είσαι? And the answer would be some location, like είμαι μέσα. I am inside. Or είμαι έξω. I am outside. So the answer to πού is going to be an adverb or an expression that means location. The next one is πότε. Πότε means when. Πότε, when. So the answer to πότε would be an expression or an adverb that means time, right? Okay, so let's look at some examples. Πότε φεύγεις? Πότε φεύγεις? When are you leaving? So when are you leaving? So the answer should be some specific time that I'm leaving. So it can be φεύγω, I'm leaving αύριο. Φεύγω αύριο. I'm leaving tomorrow. So this αύριο is an adverb that shows time and it answers the question πότε, when. Or φεύγω σήμερα. I'm leaving today. The other one is γιατί. Guess I can erase this, right? Okay, let's see. Psyche. Yasu. Hi, Psyche. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Okay, I will delete this and you can always see them in the replay of the video because I don't have enough space. Okay, so the other one is, we said, γιατί. Γιατί means why. So the answer to γιατί is something that gives you the cause of something, the reason for something. Let's look at some examples. Γιατί, let's see, γιατί κλαις, why are you crying? So now we expect to hear the cause, the reason why he or she is crying. So γιατί κλαις, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Κλαίω διότι έχασα το σκυλάκι μου. I'm crying διότι, because I lost, έχασα το σκυλάκι μου. My doggy, my puppy. So, κλαίω because, so this gives us the answer to why, γιατί. Γιατί, διότι, such and such, because, διότι έχασα το σκυλάκι μου. Another word is πώς. Πώς. And just like που before, you need the accent. Πώς means how. So, πώς with the accent means how. It's an interrogative word meaning how. If there is no accent and it's just πώς, I'm doing this, I'm mentioning this parenthetically. Πώς without an accent means that. I told him that I'm leaving. Είπα πώς φεύγω. Or, so πώς means that. It introduces a dependent clause meaning that I'm doing something. So let's not confuse it. That's why there is an accent to distinguish it from the other. Πώς without accent. So πώς means how, and the answer to πώς would show us the manner that something is done. So, πώς πίνεις τον καφέ σου πώς πίνεις τον καφέ σου? How do you drink your coffee? Πώς πίνεις τον καφέ σου? So now we are asking how, the way, the manner you are drinking your coffee. And the answer can be, it doesn't even have to be the whole sentence. You can just say, με γάλα. Με γάλα. With milk. Or χωρίς ζάχαρη. Without sugar. So this shows us the manner, the way that person is drinking his or her coffee. Okay, and the last one is the word πόσο. Okay, the word πόσο means how much. So πόσο, the answer to πόσο shows us the quantity of something. So for example, πόσο κοστίζει. The meantime, I haven't been reading here. I don't know if something else. Psyche says, I will definitely watch back to see the whole class. Ευχαριστώ. Thank you, Psyche. That's sweet of you. Thank you. So, πόσο κοστίζει το ψωμί? Πόσο κοστίζει το ψωμί? How much does the bread cost? So the answer to that will show us the, what did I say earlier? The quantity. So the amount here, in this case, is the amount. So it's the quantity. So πόσο κοστίζει το ψωμί? 2 ευρώ. 2 euros. 2 ευρώ. That's the quantity, in this case, the amount that the bread costs. Another example can be πόσο γρήγορα. Πόσο γρήγορα πας? That's a nice word, a nice expression. How fast are you going? Πόσο γρήγορα πας? How fast are you going? Here, we don't say how much because it's followed by an adverb. So, πόσο γρήγορα means how fast. If you had another adverb, let's say, let's say, what do I have here? Πόσο κοντά, for example, how close. Πόσο κοντά. Πόσο κοντά. So depending on the adverb that you have following the word πόσο, you use how and the adverb. So this one means how fast are you going? And again, the answer here will be the quantity, of course, the quantity of the speed in this case. So, πόσο γρήγορα πας? How fast are you going? Πάω, let's say, I don't know, 100 miles per hour. Πάω 100 μίλια την ώρα. Πάω 100 μίλια την ώρα. I'm going 100 miles per hour. So that shows us the speed, how big the speed is, how high the speed is. Well, the other two interrogative words we have already seen, ποιος, ποια, ποιο, which mean pronouns and they mean who or which, and τι, which means what. Do you have any other questions? Anything at all you want to ask? Do you want me to go over something else in grammar or vocabulary, whatever you want? Anything else? Thank you, George. George says that was a great lesson. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Psyche says, I need to review this, but I appreciate your time and knowledge. Thank you, Psyche. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, if you don't, let's see, Christina, this has been so great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, it's good. I really feel good. I felt very nervous at the beginning because it's really my first time I'm doing this live streaming, but it turned out great. I'm really happy with it. And you have been all very supportive. Thank you so much for coming. Let's see, Greek girl, love this live lesson. Hope you have another one soon. Thank you, Greek girl. I definitely will. And actually, I have been thinking that I will have some Greek live sessions from Cyprus. I will be there soon. And I would love to go to the beach and maybe have a live session with you guys there from there. Okay, thank you. Leo says, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Leo. Anton, Delia, thank you, Anton. Thank you so much. Okay, well, if that's all, we can say, Psyche, safe travels. Thank you, Psyche. Thank you. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You made my day. This is really great. Thank you. Christina, thank you. Until next time. Yes, thank you, Christina. Okay, well, I think that's it. So we can end the stream. And until next time, and Gina says, thank you so much. Very great indeed. Welcome to Cyprus. Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you, guys. Thank you. It has been great. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.